How to reverse stiff joints. Naturally, no medication required. Stiff, aching joints first thing in the morning are not something you have to accept after 60. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly what's causing that stiffness and the natural, evidence-based strategies that can genuinely reduce it. No prescription required. Joint stiffness after 60 usually comes from one of three overlapping sources. There's osteoarthritis, the gradual wear of cartilage that cushions your joints. There's inflammatory stiffness, where your body's immune response keeps joint tissue swollen and tight. And there's deconditioning stiffness, simply the result of moving less than your joints are built for. Medication can quiet the symptom, but it doesn't address any of these three root causes. That's not a criticism of medication. It has its place. But the strategies in this video target the underlying mechanisms themselves. Arthritis-related joint pain is one of the most common reasons U.S. adults report activity limitations. So if this applies to you, you are very much not alone, and there is real, researched ground to stand on here. Let's go through 7 natural strategies, one at a time. Strategy 1. Move first. Loosen second. Your joints feel worst right after being still, first thing in the morning, or after sitting for a long stretch. Cartilage has no direct blood supply. It's nourished through synovial fluid, which only circulates properly when the joint moves. Think of it like a sponge that needs to be squeezed and released to draw in fresh fluid. Sit still, and that fluid stagnates. Muscles around the joint also shorten and tighten the longer they stay in one position. And mild inflammatory fluid can pool in a joint that hasn't moved in a while. That combination is exactly why the first few steps out of a chair or out of bed feel the stiffest. The action step. Before you stand up from a long sit or before you get out of bed, spend 60 to 90 seconds doing small movements in place first. Gentle ankle pumps, alternating knee extensions, a few slow spinal rolls, arching and rounding your back while seated, and light heel raises. This pre-loosening primes circulation before you ask the joint to bear weight, and it's the single fastest lever you have for reducing that first step's stiffness. If you've ever needed to get up quickly, the phone rings, someone's at the door. Even 2 or 3 reps of any of these movements is better than none. You don't need the full routine every time. Strategy 2. Shift the balance of your diet toward anti-inflammatory. A diet weighted heavily toward refined carbohydrates and low in omega-3 fats tends to run in a more pro-inflammatory direction, and inflammation is a direct contributor to joint stiffness and pain. This is one of the better studied areas in joint health. A 2023 meta-analysis pooling 9 randomized controlled trials, over 2,000 osteoarthritis patients, found that omega-3 fatty acid supplementation produced a statistically significant reduction in arthritis pain compared with placebo. Individual trials on knee osteoarthritis have shown similar pain and stiffness improvements, and interestingly, one large trial found a lower dose of fish oil outperformed a much higher one at the 2-year mark. A reminder that more isn't automatically better with supplements. Evidence level: moderate to strong, particularly for reducing pain and stiffness scores. Effects on cartilage itself are less established. The action step: aim for 2 servings of fatty fish per week, salmon, sardines, mackerel, or a daily omega-3 supplement in the 1 to 3 gram range if you don't eat fish regularly. Choose a third-party tested product since fish oil quality varies widely. Pair this with reducing ultra-processed, high-refined carb foods, which tend to promote the opposite effect. Strategy 3. Consider collagen peptides. Cartilage is largely built from collagen, and the body's collagen production naturally slows with age. Multiple randomized, placebo-controlled trials on hydrolyzed collagen peptides have found measurable improvements in joint stiffness and function. In one 8-week trial in adults with joint discomfort, the collagen group showed more than double the reduction in stiffness and function scores compared with placebo at the 4-week mark. A separate 12-week trial in adults with everyday knee and hip discomfort found reduced stiffness and improved function versus placebo. And a 180-day trial in adults with diagnosed knee osteoarthritis found significantly greater improvements in pain and function scores with collagen peptides versus placebo, though a follow-up commentary on that trial noted a baseline imbalance in disease severity between groups and no measurable change in joint space width or inflammatory markers in either group. In other words, people reported feeling and functioning better, but there's no evidence yet that collagen changed the underlying joint structure. Evidence level: moderate, consistent positive trials on symptoms like pain and stiffness, but effect sizes are generally modest. Evidence of any structural or disease-modifying effect is lacking, and most studies are funded by collagen manufacturers, all worth knowing as you weigh the evidence. The action step: if you choose to try it, 5 to 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides daily, given consistently for at least 8 to 12 weeks, reflects the doses used in the research. Think of it as a modest, low-risk addition, not a replacement for the other strategies here. Strategy 4. Heat for morning stiffness. Morning stiffness is often at its worst, and reaching for a stretch before you've warmed the tissue can feel counterproductive. Heat increases blood flow and tissue elasticity, which is why clinical guidelines for osteoarthritis management commonly list heat therapy as a low-risk supportive option alongside movement-based treatment, though the certainty of evidence behind it is generally rated low, so think of it as a helpful comfort measure rather than a treatment in its own right. The action step: a warm shower, a heating pad for 15 to 20 minutes, or simply running warm water over stiff hands in the morning before you attempt your mobility routine measurably eases the first movements of the day. Use it before activity, not as a substitute for it. Strategy 5. Cold for post-activity inflammation. After a more active day, gardening, a longer walk, a grandchild's birthday party, some joints swell or ache that evening. Cold therapy constricts blood vessels and can reduce swelling and acute inflammatory discomfort after activity, which is why it's a standard, low-cost recommendation in physical therapy for flare-ups. The action step: 10 to 15 minutes of a cold pack, wrapped in a cloth, never applied directly to skin, on a joint that's swollen or aching after activity, not as a daily habit, but as a targeted response when a joint has clearly been overworked. Strategy 6. A short, targeted mobility routine. Stiffness tends to concentrate in the same few areas: hips, knees, the spine, and shoulders, and generic stretching often skips exactly the movements those areas need most. Regular, gentle range of motion work is consistently recommended by rheumatology and physical therapy guidelines as a core, non-drug management strategy for joint stiffness, precisely because it directly addresses the synovial fluid and muscle-shortening mechanisms covered in Strategy 1. The action step: a simple sequence you can do seated or standing near a chair for balance. Hips, seated marching. Lift each knee toward your chest, 8 to 10 reps per side. Knees, seated leg extensions. Straighten one leg fully, hold 2 seconds, lower slowly, 8 to 10 reps per side. Spine, seated cat-cow, hands on knees, arch and round your back slowly, 8 to 10 reps. Shoulders, slow arm circles, forward and backward, 10 reps each direction. 5 minutes, once in the morning and once in the evening, is enough to meaningfully change how your joints feel through the day. Strategy 7. Protect your sleep. A poor night's sleep is often followed by a stiffer, more painful morning, and it's not your imagination. The science. Sleep is when much of the body's tissue repair and inflammatory regulation happens. Research consistently links poor or fragmented sleep with next-day increases in pain sensitivity and inflammatory markers, creating a cycle where pain disrupts sleep and poor sleep worsens pain the following day. The action step: protect a consistent 7 to 8 hour sleep window. Keep your room cool and dark, and if a specific joint is disrupting your sleep, consider a supportive pillow between the knees for hips or under the arm for shoulders to reduce pressure through the night. Before you go, which joint gives you the most trouble? Your hips, your knees, your hands? Let me know in the comments. It genuinely shapes which videos we make next. If this was useful, a thumbs up helps far more people find it. And if you're not subscribed yet, join us. New evidence-based health and fitness content for adults over 60. Every week. Stiffness is a signal from your body, not a life sentence. Move a little, eat a little smarter, protect your sleep, and give it a few consistent weeks. Your joints have more capacity to adapt than you might think. See you in the next one.